Well, greetings and welcome into Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 89 today. This makes the 89th straight Saturday that we have come to you with a brand new show, a brand new 1 hour show, not 15 minutes or 23 minutes, 60 minutes, brand new show every single Saturday for 89 straight Saturdays. And we are told by those who know more than we do that nobody has ever done this before in the podcasting world of Naturism. So we feel pretty good about that we can do this for you and interact with you and just have a good time. Well, you are listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 89 today. I don't know about you, but I hear some music in the background. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the great, the fully clothes-free, fully smiling, our Naturism correspondent, Lisa Monroe. I want to be clothes-free. That's how I live. That's how I work. That's how I hang out around the house. But if somebody comes to the door, clothes come on before I answer the door. And I know you're very much of the same thought, aren't you?
I am. And I think a lot of us in our early days, the college years and so forth, may have, have that awakening of who you are and what impact you can have. And I will admit to a couple of wet t-shirt contests along the way in college, but eventually came out of that and I'm like you. I love being naked around the house. I have no desire to walk out to shock someone that I'm naked. I also, I'm a home naturist more than I am anything else. But with a naturist group, with a naturist gathering, there's nothing wrong with it. And I think even photos that are taken in a naturist environment where there's several people and all are wonderful to see that kind of camaraderie.
All right, Lisa Monroe. With that, we must head for the hills. Go out there and have a great clothes-free week, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you, too. And go grab your towel and head to the beach.
Sounds good. Well, again, you're listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 89 today. And now let's get to part one of my interview with a very eloquent, intelligent man who's also an attorney, the gentleman from Michigan.
Yeah, I grew up in a family that I would consider them to be a never nude family. I never saw my father without a shirt on. Yeah, and it was literally clothes on all the time. Never, even growing up as a child, you've mentioned before that, children are almost like natural nudists. And, I was never, even as a young child, ever without a lot of covering, essentially. I mean, pants, shirts, socks, shoes, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And then, my parents for the first time, left for a substantial period of time. I mean, it was during the day. And so it might have been they went to work or something like that. Yeah. And, I took my shower in the morning and just didn't put clothes back on. And there was that period of nervousness, that period of like, okay, I'm going to get caught. I'm doing something wrong. Because up until that point, I had been told my whole life, nudity is wrong. You don't do that. Bam. So walked around the house, but every little sound, it's like, oh, someone's coming home. So then, you run to the bedroom and, throw your clothes on real quick, walk out to the garage just to see. And, oh, no one's home. It was, a bird or something. And so did that the whole day. Also like a protesting kind of thing. I see that a lot where, like the World Naked Bike Ride, the whole point of the nudity there is to protest. I mean, it's protesting oil or something like that. But, it's sort of a shock value, as well. And so the younger people are all about, shock value. I mean, you look at any sort of social media thing, the people who become big stars are the ones that do shock value. Yeah. But again, with nudity, you may start out intending it to be a shock value, but then you really fall into, the good side of it, where it's not as shocking.
Yeah, very well said. The gentleman from Michigan, a very intelligent guy, also an attorney within the state of Michigan. He's written a number of eloquent emails here. We've had a lot of back and forth interactions. finally glad we had a chance to get him on the show. And on next week's show, which will be episode 90, we'll have part 2 of my interview with the gentleman from Michigan. Well, you've been listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 89 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, any place. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Have a great clothes-free day.